Speaking to a woman and taking hold of her mind does not mean being the nice guy who waits for attention, nor the weak man who begs for validation, nor the broken one searching for a word to raise his worth. The real meaning is speaking as a conscious man, a man who knows what he says, why he says it, and from which place inside him his words come. Because the power of a man's speech does not come from how many words he uses, but from the source they flow from, his inner state. Most men lose the battle before they utter a single word, because they speak from need. A need for attention, a need for approval, a need to feel desired, even for a moment. And without realizing it, they place themselves beneath the woman's feet. Then they wonder, why don't women take me seriously? Why don't they see my value? Why am I ignored as if I don't exist? Today, this illusion ends. Today, you bury the habit of emotional begging and replace it with the mindset of a man who understands himself before trying to understand any woman. Because the art of talking to a woman and taking hold of her mind is a dangerous art, and only a small minority of men ever master it. These few men leave a mark that cannot be erased. They enter a woman's mind in a way she cannot forget, cannot escape, not even if she tries. The difference between the man who is forgotten and the man who is chased was never about looks, wealth, or education. The real difference begins here. There are men who understand female psychology, and there are men who wander lost, frustrated, stuck in the wasteland of confusion. Now I will give you the Machiavellian method that awakens her desire without you asking for anything. A method that lets your presence take over her emotions without you touching her. A method that makes you become the man who cannot be ignored, the man who is obeyed, the man who is desired. If you are one of those men whose mind freezes in front of women, if you feel that your presence pushes them away, if you always end up in the friend zone, all of that is about to end. But first remember this brutal truth. When you speak to a woman, you are not exchanging words. You are exchanging power. In the first 5 seconds, she doesn't listen to what you say, she listens to your energy. She reads the nervousness in your voice. She sees the fear in your eyes. She senses your need in the way you stand. If she feels that you are trying to impress her, entertain her, or earn her approval, she instantly knows you are a man she can control. And the moment a woman feels she owns you, her desire shuts off automatically. The man with real power does not chase approval. He does not try to prove anything. He does not perform. He does not turn the conversation into a comedy act. He simply speaks with the steadiness of a man who sees his own value within himself, not in a woman's reaction to him. And that steadiness is the first root of attraction. Why do most men kill desire before it even starts? Because they speak from a position of emotional submission. Their tone, their posture, their words all say the same thing. Please like me. Please notice me. Please don't reject me. Do you feel the weakness in those unspoken phrases? When a woman picks up on that weakness, everything ends, because a man who needs his value to be validated has no value. A woman does not crave a man she can fully control. She may like him. She may appreciate him. She may thank him for his kindness. But raw desire, the desire that burns her from within, is not born from comfort. It is born from tension, mystery, and unpredictability. A woman, by her nature, always looks for one thing. Can I control him emotionally? If the answer is yes, desire dies instantly. Not because she is cruel, but because she is wired this way. The man who awakens her desire is the man she cannot decode. The man who does not enter the world with a trembling heart. The man whose emotional state does not change with her attention or her silence. The man who does not shake. Ordinary men enter a conversation already defeated. They drown women in compliments. They agree with everything she says out of fear of losing her. They laugh nervously. They place themselves on the plate of neediness. When you behave like this, she does not see a man. She sees a follower, someone easy to command, and once she feels she has you, everything ends. But when a woman meets a man who is different, a man who does not beg for her approval, who doesn't melt before her beauty, who does not stumble before her silence, something entirely new begins. Psychologists call it primal curiosity, and curiosity is the seed of all desire. But to understand how to speak to a woman and take hold of her mind without raising your voice or asking for anything, you must first understand how a woman sees a man internally. A woman is not attracted to your words. She is attracted to the state of mind behind your words. Most men focus on what they say. Women focus on who is saying it. Rule 1. A woman feels your emotional impact before she believes any word you say. When you sit in front of her, you are not just a man talking. You are an event happening in her mind. She is evaluating it, analyzing it, measuring it. Are you danger? Are you challenge? Are you mystery? Or are you just another predictable man she's seen 1,000 times? Women don't have time or interest to follow your sentences, but they have an extraordinary ability to read hidden emotions. That is why the man who enters with a steady tone, a calm presence, and an unshaken mind creates alertness inside her. He wins not with the words he speaks, but with the silence before he speaks. Silence is not weakness. Silence is an unspoken declaration. I am here, and I am not a copy of any other man. When you sit calmly and confidently, you say without saying that you need nothing from her. And a woman instantly notices this. She begins asking herself, who is this man? Why isn't he trying to get my attention? Why doesn't he feel pressured? Why is he not like the others? Here begins the first thread, the thread of curiosity. And curiosity for a woman is the spark that ignites the fire. Once curiosity is lit, desire is born. Rule 2. Do not speak to impress her. Speak to reveal a part of your world. The weak man sends a clear message, please be impressed by me. But the strong man sends a completely different message. This is who I am. If you like it, good. If not, I am unaffected. This message is not words, it is an inner state. A woman senses it like the body senses heat. She feels it instantly, and she believes it before she understands it. When you talk about something you know, something you believe in, something that reflects a structured mind, you are not just speaking, you are letting her enter a part of your inner world. Women do not care about a man who tries to impress them. They care about a man who talks as if he does not need anything from their reaction. This makes her feel that you have a strong inner life. And a strong inner life means a man who is difficult to control. Rule 3. Never reveal yourself completely. Leave a small gap for her to explore. The man who exposes everything about himself loses value instantly. Women are not attracted to what is fully known. They are attracted to what is discoverable. The mysterious man is not the man hiding secrets. He is the man who does not feel the need to explain himself. The man who gives one sentence and stops. The man who smiles slightly and leaves the rest to her. Imagination, and a woman, by nature, completes the image in her mind, usually in a way that makes you even more attractive. Imagine the power of making her think about you more than anything else, and this happens not when you talk too much, but when you speak little, and deeply. Rule 4. Body language is more powerful than 1,000 words. The unstable man exposes himself before he speaks. The confident man announces himself without talking, standing firmly, moving slowly, breathing steadily, maintaining eye contact without flinching. Shoulders open, sitting as if you own the space. These signals say more than speech. A woman detects them like a radar. When she receives confident body language, she understands immediately, this is not a man I can control. And that realization alone changes everything. Rule 5 Do not oppose her aggressively, but do not copy her opinions. Most men either argue harshly or agree desperately. Both are fatal mistakes. The man who controls a woman's mind does not argue in anger, nor agree in weakness. He states his opinion calmly, confidently, as if stating a truth he knows well. He says it without expecting applause, without needing agreement, without fearing her reaction. The man who kills his value is the one who changes his opinions every minute. A woman feels instantly this man has no internal spine. Nothing destroys desire faster than a man with no backbone. Rule 6. The man who controls does not chase. Women desire the man who does not pursue them, the man who lives his life. The man whose world does not collapse if she delays responding. The man who sends a message and returns to his own universe. This man awakens her instincts. She senses independence, strength, and lack of fear. And that alone is enough to ignite uncontrollable desire. Rule 7. Emotional safety creates love, but mystery creates desire. The man who offers only safety becomes a friend. The man who offers only mystery becomes a danger. But the man who offers both. This is the man women never forget. Be calm but mysterious, present but not fully available. Steady but unpredictable. Close but distant enough to make her miss you. This duality is the secret to taking hold of a woman's mind without force, without shouting, without performing. In the end, controlling a woman's mind is not magic nor manipulation. It is simply the art of being a man who trusts himself so deeply that he does not need a woman to confirm his worth. When a woman sees that your value does not depend on her. When she notices that you do not beg for her attention. When she realizes that you do not fear losing her. Only then does she begin to fear losing you. And when a woman fears losing a man, desire is born. The chase begins, and everything changes.